What's up, Pisces, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Tawny Michelle, and I'm a weirdo. I'm just weird. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate, but also we are not all love, light, rainbows, unicorns, and twin flames over here, so please keep that in mind when watching this video. So let's go ahead and get into it. Just a heads up, I'm communicating like shit lately, so just let you know. Alrighty, so Pisces, this is a very big month for everybody, no matter what sign you are. Yes, it's going to be a little bit more, it's going to be a little bit more intense for certain signs. And yeah, I don't feel are up on the top of the spectrum there, so that's a good thing. But this month, I feel is all about really ending cycles, like super major cycles ending. Told you I can't communicate, because the first card we have is the World, and this really goes with your astrology too, which we'll get into. But basically, Saturn has been in Capricorn, and this has been really teaching you how to define yourself in the world, teaching you how to define your connections, your acquaintances, your friends, the groups that you belong to, the bigger picture of what it is that you want to do in the world, and what kind of differences that you want to make in the world. So with Saturn moving into Aquarius, the sign right before yours, this is going to make you very, very introspective, Pisces. In fact, for the next couple months, because it's going to retrograde back into Capricorn, the next couple months you may feel so introspective and so kind of distant and detached that you may not really be around people that much. You may find that you really kind of go inside, okay? And so we're going to talk about this because this can bring up some heaviness, some pressure, some insecurities, because the sign right before yours deals with all of those types of things. But either way, it also deals with major cycles ending and major transformations, major, old, even like karmic debt, ancestral patterns, past life things. Like, those are the things you're going to be dealing with, the things to do with other realms, right? And those things you rule anyway, a lot of those things. So you're really about to start wrapping up some major life-changing cycles, okay? And so that is what we have with the World here, okay? It's like you are going to be in a period of closure these next few months. And this is just a taste of it, because Saturn is going to come back in December. So it's going in there now for the next couple months, then it's going to retrograde back into Capricorn, then go back into Aquarius at the end of December. But this time it's going to be, I feel, a lot more shaky for everybody, because Mars is going to be joining it right after it moves in, okay? And so it's going to be felt, it's going to be kind of intense, it's going to be dramatic, it's going to be impulsive and quick, okay? And we're going to get to what could possibly happen. But you also have the Hierophant here, which I really find interesting. By the way, happy birthday. I don't know if I said that or not. How rude of me. Sorry. But what I see here, the Hierophant is very much like Saturn to me in a lot of ways. It is about rules and structure in the past and, really defining things, right? And so I feel that you are really starting to look at where you don't feel freedom in your life, where you could feel more free, where you could really do some spring cleaning in order to eliminate and alleviate some of the responsibilities that you may have had on you, or some of the belief systems, the structures, the societal norms that you've had on you. In fact, these two cards very much so have to do with your place in the world, what you're known for, what you want to do in the world, society as a whole, the collective, and the different societal systems and structures within the world. And so this could be some kind of theme that's really playing out in your life, even if it's not necessarily in the world. It could be in your work life, in your career life, in your life in general. Where do you fit in? What do you identify as? What do you want to be in the world? What do you want to do to give back to the world? What is your place in the world? These are things that you've already been really kind of thinking about and really, getting to know as Saturn has been in Capricorn for you, okay? So this month, also what's happening, we're going to come back to all the serious stuff in a minute. That does not happen until a little bit later on in the month, okay? So for the first couple weeks, enjoy it if you can. But Mars is going to be in Capricorn, okay? And so this is going to make you very optimistic because it's going to be conjunct Jupiter. And like I said, Capricorn is that space for you that is all about self-realization and your place in the world and what you want to do in the world and friends and groups that you belong to and all of that. So with Mars here, you may be very busy with things like that. You may be very busy, really with friends or making, space for yourself, working on your goals, things of that nature. But you're going to be able to really see what it is that you want, what it is that you're going to be able to see the bigger picture. And you're going to be feeling very motivated to take the steps in order to get there, okay? Now, Mars will also go over Pluto, okay, this month in the same space. So this is going to be kind of like a moment where it's like, okay, what do you need to break free from? You're very determined, but there's something that still has some kind of control over you or where you're feeling dominated in some way. And, for the first week or so of March, we do have the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Swords, okay? So this is kind of like this mixed energy of like determination, but also stress, okay? So it's this kind of like weird mixed energy. Also, you may be feeling like you are not 100% protected in some way, or that you are not 100% secure in some way. And that's what I'm seeing here. There's a lot of security issues here. Now, whether that's physically, emotionally, it could be different for all of you since this is a general reading, because next we also have the Knight of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. So some of you guys could be saving money for something, or because of this feeling of insecurity, this feeling of not understanding or not knowing or stressing about how you're going to achieve something, how you're going to find the determination for something, or finally overcome this obstacle, whatever it is. You may start reaching to physical things outside of you in order to kind of cling or hang on to or attach to make you feel a little bit more safe. And that is that Venus and Taurus energy, which will be in a space for you that is kind of all about, your local environment, your communication, your mind, and things of that nature. So there is like a sense of really taking your time with something, really holding on to something, really trying to build something, but really being kind of smart about it, okay? You may feel like you don't have enough of something, or that you're lacking in something in some way at first this month. So then as we move on to the middle of the month, we have the Page of Cups and the Six of Cups. So this is very interesting, okay? This is a very creative energy, also a very innocent kind of energy, almost like an emotional immaturity is what I'm getting here. And I feel like there's something that you kind of let slip past you in the past, I feel here. There's something that you thought was one way, but it really was a different way or something. There's just something from the past that I feel is coming back, okay? And I know that's like what everybody says that reads tarot, but I really do feel that for you because your astrology supports it as well with Saturn moving into Aquarius. Like, this is going to bring up things from the past that weren't properly taken care of. And there also may be a sense here of you feeling vulnerable because of something that happened when you were a child, okay? And that's also creating a sense of instability or insecurity. And the reason why this is possibly coming back from the past for you to really take a look at and get a little bit more introspective about is because we have the Six of Cups, number one, But we also have the Tower and the Eight of Wands reversed, okay? So this tells me even more so that there's definitely something coming back around in some way, shape, or form. And that's kind of what I feel the Eight of Wands is saying here. And it's going to come back around rather quickly and unexpected with the Tower here, but it's going to help you create a major breakthrough. It's going to help you create a sense of security within yourself. And like I said, these are definitely things that were left undone, you could say, in the past. These are definitely things that were not taken care of that you're definitely going to be focusing on, and also karmic cycles, karmic debts. But this may leave you with a decision because we have the Temperance card on the bottom of my one deck, and then we also have the Justice card on the bottom of the other with the Two of Wands, with the Moon here, and the Ace of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. So this is a big transition point for you guys where you are going to have to decide on something. You can't keep hanging on the fence anymore. You're going to have to really get into a deep introspective state. You're going to have to look at the bigger picture here. So anywhere that you were kind of wearing rose-colored glasses in your life, especially to do with your past or a responsibility that was left undone, with Justice here at the bottom, this tells me that you're going to have to face the truth or the consequences. You're going to have to balance something back out. Now let's go over your astrology so we can make a little bit more sense of this. So the big themes that I've written down for you guys this month are what's keeping you from freedom, introspection, end of a cycle, spring cleaning, critical eye to what has been left undone. Okay. Also, we have Mercury that is going to retrograde back out of your sign and also into Aquarius, which also deals with the past and deals with closure and conversations that may need to be had, or information that comes back that you weren't 100% aware of, or that you didn't 100% understand emotionally all the way, or have the emotional maturity to take care of it, okay? And then with Venus, like I said, it's going to be in your third. So this is going to make you super creative. You're going to be wanting to use your skills, your abilities, and your resources to possibly help create something for yourself that may make you more money, or that may be a new source of income for you in some way. This could be learning a new skill, possibly looking into, doing something with your car, amping it up, making it more pretty, or getting a new car or something along those lines, because the third house also deals with transportation. This could be doing something with writing. This could be doing something pleasurable with a, romantic partner. This is also a great aspect for business owners, redoing a website, redoing anything mercurial related. So websites, publishing, writing, anything with communication, all forms of communication, technology, and the mind, okay? Now, on the 9th, we have a full moon in Virgo, which is your opposite sign. So this really is about relationships and other people, okay? So this could be fixing or reorganizing something within your home. This could be bringing up old relationships, agreements, compromises, commitments that you've had that maybe are that maybe you weren't looking at 100% clearly, or that you didn't have a clarity on, if that makes sense, okay? Now, this could also be you maybe planning a vacation, okay, with your partner, or dealing with some kind of relationship issues that resurface from the past in order for you to resolve them. Now, Mercury will go direct on the same day of this Virgo full moon, which also tells me this Virgo full moon on the 9th is going to give you answers, okay? It's going to start making things make more sense in your relationships, or from the past, or just with other people in general, or with your agreements in some way. And then on the 16th, Mercury will enter your sign again, which will start giving you answers on the time that it was retrograded in your sign this past month. Okay, and so you're going to start seeing why some of the things happened the way they did, and things will become clearer and faster and pick up more. Now, then on the 21st, like I said, Saturn will enter into Aquarius, okay? And this hasn't happened since 91 to 94, okay? So this will be in your sign for a few months. So it's really important, or I'm sorry, not your sign, but this will be in Aquarius for a couple months. So it's really important to pay attention for the next couple months after the 21st. What happens? Because this is a sneak preview of what's to come from December for the next 3 years after December, okay? So it's really important to pay attention. And what could start coming up here is, like I said, insecurities, what's been happening like behind the scenes or subconsciously, or what subconscious patterns that you've been having or habits that you've been having that have been working against you. You may get involved in something that's a little bit more hidden or detached, like you may be a little bit distant, you may kind of isolate yourself a little bit, or be involved in a situation or have some kind of responsibility where it pulls you away from other people to where you're not around other people as much. And like I said, this is going to be very introspective for you, Pisces, so there's a purpose behind it. It's not just to be cruel or mean or anything like that. It's really to help you clean up any wreckage of your past. It's to help you set yourself free. It's to help you clean out any wreckage or chaos going on in your subconscious or with your psyche or with your spiritual body. Like, it's basically a detox of your spiritual body, okay? And so what can happen sometimes is fears can come up, insecurities can come up, the feeling of loss can come up, just because you're not used to feeling it. You're not used to having to deal with the things that you didn't want to deal with. But it's teaching you to deal with those things so you can create a fresh start for yourself, okay? Because it ends with the Ace of Cups here. So this is renewed emotions. This is a lighter heart, okay? Not such a heavy heart or a heavy burden on your heart. This is feeling more inspired, more creative, more emotionally, being able to understand things from a more clear emotional place, okay? So what can also happen here is you probably need to make sure you're getting plenty of rest, plenty of sleep, that you're taking care of yourself and your body. Any burdens or responsibilities from the past, could come up. Like I said, past life karma, karmic debt, breaking patterns. This may make some of your failures in the past a little bit more prevalent. You're going to be really analyzing your past. You're going to really be seeing things come up from the past, but it's really in order to set you free. It's really in order to set you free. There's something that you need to forgive yourself for, I feel, looking at these cards. There's something that needs to be forgiven here within yourself, okay? And so you're really breaking free from all of that heaviness that's been left kind of undone or unsaid or not touched in a while, okay? So anyways, now Saturn will square Uranus in your third house as well once it moves into Aquarius. So this is happening towards the end of the month, and this is where I think this huge breakthrough is coming with the Tower and the Eight of Wands, something coming back around unexpectedly in order to clear the emotional slate for you. Now, these are themes that you're going to be seeing that I named off with Saturn moving into Aquarius, from December on to the next few years. But you're going to start seeing them these next couple months, okay? So you're not going to just work through something and be done with it, okay, like in a week. It's going to be kind of over time because Saturn takes time, okay? It teaches us slowly. So yeah, but there's definitely a rebalancing of the karmic scales here. And I know it sounds all woo-woo and less practical, but that's the 12th house, and that's you guys as well. So don't hate me for it, okay? But with it squaring Uranus in your third house, it could definitely bring up some communication issues, some random communication, some random information, some random issues in your local environment or in your neighborhood or with siblings, cousins, distant relatives. It could definitely bring up some issues with some random things with transportation, and also, let's see what else. Also, anything to do with like your skill set or your learning or anything like that, the places that you frequent on a day-to-day basis, those kinds of things. So yeah, there's definitely some change happening. It's happening for everybody though, Pisces. I don't think it's bad, so please don't get scared or think that I'm like trying to instill fear in you guys. I'm really not. I'm just going to be honest with you about what I see. And I don't think that any of it's bad. I truly don't. It's just you being really honest with yourself. You having to get a little bit more honest with yourself and face something that you may have been hanging on to or that you left behind a long time ago. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Let me know down below if it ends up resonating. Please watch your other signs to get a full picture of what's happening. And you can also watch my 2020 predictions video. It is the video that is pinned to the top of my home page on my channel, where I went over what 2020 will be like for each sign, and went, you know, in other details about Saturn and all of that. So if you're interested, I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next one.